Hi guys, Scott Woodward with you to preview the Cronulla Sharks 2012. We're going to go through the teams and have a look at who we think will be the likely lineup for round one and a quick chat about their chances for the season. Look, as you know, they finished 13th last year, and while the betting suggests that they'll probably finish around about the same position, I actually think they have an outside chance to play semi-final football, and I say for one reason and one reason only. It'll be the second year that their coach has had the team, and he's starting to put his stamp onto the team, as in he's got the team that he wants and he's got them playing the structure that he wants. But most of all, the big in, Todd Carney. Todd Carney has the potential, in my opinion, to be a top 5 rugby league player in the world. There's no question about that. And to have him in your side, along with the best forward in the world, Paul Gallen, not too many clubs can say that. So to have a team around the 40 or 50 to 1 chance and have two of the best players in the world, I think is a big plus. And I think you can go worse than having something small on them at those odds, just to play semi-finals. Let me run through why I think they'll do very well and what I think their challenges are. Certainly the biggest problem that they've got is their lack of depth, or if you like, lack of class in their back line. Down from 2 to 5. I have a high regard for their fullback, Nathan Gardner. Look, he's not the best defender, but not too many fullbacks are good defenders in this day and age. He's an outstanding hole runner. He's got brilliant speed off the mark, and he can run the length of the field, something that I love in a fullback. And I think he'll only get better and better. He's very tough. Look, he's only tiny, but he's durable, he's tough, and I think he'll combine brilliantly with Todd Carney. Really looking forward to seeing that combination in 2012. The big concern that I have, as I said, is their 2, 3, 4 and 5. Look, I think the 2 will probably be Isaac Gordon. He's very fast, can also play fullback. The centres could be Colin Best, Matt Wright, Ben Pomeroy, Ricky Leutele. The point is, I don't know who's really going to be the starting players for those teams, and that's a problem in itself. To not know who your starting centres are is a problem. I'm sure that there's some promising young guys coming through. There's a lot of very promising Sharks juniors, and maybe 1 or 2 of those guys can come up and be the guy that we're looking for. But right at the moment, the guys are very capable that I just mentioned, but they don't excite me. And at this stage of the season, you should be starting to get a little bit excited. On the right-hand side, I have high regard for young Stuart Mills. I thought he did very well in the semi-finals for the Toyota Cup last year, and he'll be in contention with Nathan Stapelton and John Williams. With Todd Carney in the side, John Williams as a goal kicker probably won't be as required. And Stuart Mills can also play in the centres. So the coach has got some options there, but he really needs to get that back line right if they want to play semi-final football and they want to go a little bit further in this competition. He doesn't have to do too much with his forwards. It's one of the best forward packs in the competition. There's no doubt about that. My 2 starting props would be Bryce Gibbs. I think he's a terrific defender, and opposition know that he's on the field, and you want that in your prop forward. Ben Ross has come back home to the Cronulla Sharks, and I thought he had an absolutely fabulous season for South Sydney last year, and I thought he was one of the form props of the competition, and I thought he's a little bit stiff not to make the Australian side. He certainly was in better form than some of the props that went on the Australian tour. So Ben Ross and Bryce Gibbs would be my starting props. As far as the hookers are concerned, Isaac Gois comes back to the Cronulla Sharks. Look, I don't know whether he'll start or whether he'll come off the bench. Maybe the coach may want to start with the experienced John Morris, because he's a good organiser and talker, and he's a coach's favourite. But he has so much depth in that position. Jeff Robson is a candidate. He's also got Albert Kelly and Chad Townsend. Now, I don't know what he's going to do with the halfback partner Todd Carney. Todd Carney will obviously be the 5'8". Now, you'd have to think that Wade Graham would be the likely partner for him, but Wade Graham has got a lot of skills, and he's a very big guy, and there's a chance that the coach may want to use him in the forwards because he has so much depth in the number 7 position. Chad Townsend and Albert Kelly are both different types of players, and it'll probably come down to which one will complement Todd Carney very well. Chad Townsend certainly has all the skills and is a much better organiser and a better tactical kicker, where Albert Kelly is more of a zip halfback. So he has some options. Certainly Jeff Robson is no dummy either. But the two standout players are clearly Todd Carney and Wade Graham. I think Wade Graham will end up as a very good lock forward at one part of his career, but hard to see him just placing Paul Gallen. He holds that position down, but the coach can certainly play Paul Gallen up front and bring Wade Graham in at lock forward. So he has got some options, which is a nice problem for him to have. Just a little bit more about the Sharks forward pack. Obviously, Paul Gallen will lock the scrum in the second row to have Anthony Tupou and Jeremy Smith, two guns, is a coach's dream, and have two very experienced props up front. That smells like an absolutely outstanding forward pack for the Cronulla Sharks. One of their big buys from the West Tigers, Andrew Fifita. I've got no idea why he didn't play semi-finals for the Tigers last year. He was their best go-forward guy, and he hurts people when he hits the line and get over the advantage line. He could start or he'll come off the bench, but he will certainly be a big asset for the Sharks. Andrew Fifita, if he can stay out of trouble and be a good boy, I think he's set for a very, very good year. Sam Tagatese always causes problems when he comes off the bench. Broderick Wright went okay last year. John Green is an okay prop, went okay for the Dragons last year. I was impressed by what I saw with young Jason Bukuya. I thought he went terrific for the Sharks last year, much better forward than what I thought he was. And if he keeps on that improvement, he could be a chance of actually starting in place of Anthony Tupou, and they play Anthony Tupou off the bench. Siosiai Vave is another guy who will be in contention for that forward position, along with Josh Cordoba and Mark Taufua, who they got off the Newcastle Knights. I have a high regard for him. So you can see that there's a stack of depth for the Cronulla Sharks next year. They've certainly done a very, very good job in recruiting. Someone over there certainly knows what they are doing. As far as the young guys are concerned, none better than Tyrone Peachey. Once again, he plays lock forward, and that position looks pretty well set down, but he's full of potential, and looking forward to seeing his progress in 2012, as in Tyson Frizell, who played in the Four Nations only a couple of months ago. He has got a wonderful future also. And look, the Sharks have got quite a few young guys who went very good in their Toyota Cup, and we can't mention them all here, but they've got a lot of depth, and whoever's nurturing the young players over there is doing a very good job, and whoever's doing the recruiting is also doing a very good job. All they need to do is find some good outside backs, some good solid defenders, so that the Sharks don't leak too many points in the back line, and this will be a very, very competitive side. But certainly they're already taking shape, and they're looking like a much better side than they have done in years to come. I have a high regard for the young coach, Shane Flanagan. He took over an absolute mess that Ricky Stuart left him, and I think he's made some good inroads already from what we saw last year, and promises to go to another level next year. And I don't see any reason at all why they can't play semi-final football. So there it is from me. Good luck if you're a Sharkies fan. Talk to you soon. Cheers.